All right, click stream.
Are we streaming?
We are.
I was wondering why it was so quiet.
Indeed. You can smell fear.
Moment, I think I'm ready when you guys are. All right. So you fired up the drone, you threw on the FPV goggles, peered over the fence, and you found us. Welcome to the Geeks podcast for families, makers, and geeks. So, guys,
What's up?
That was a good one.
I
I
wasn't
thought
sure.
Wes talking earlier about the FAA license for the drone, so I thought maybe I'll just build something around that.
I wasn't sure what you would find over the fence. Would you find Wilson over there, like playing with the drone, like from Home Improvement, or
Yeah, with the bottom of his face pixelated.
that's right.
Do you guys own drones?
I I own I own two now, and I have one more on loan right now, like that someone's loaning to me. So I have three currently in my possession. I have one. It's
Wow.
like a cheap one. It was like $30 or $40 on Amazon, and that thing is super indestructible. I've crashed it like into walls and gotten it stuck in a tree and thrown like crap into a tree to knock it down. It like hits the thing and falls over. I've replaced one motor on it, which was like super cheap. It doesn't have a lot of features that are super handy for someone learning, such as uh, like returning back to where it left after it loses a signal. So like if you keep going with it and you're like, oh, I wonder how far this is going to go. It's just like when it loses a signal, you don't know. There's no indication on your end. And it just like continues to do the last thing that it was told to do, whether or not it hears you or not. So if it's like up over a tree and it loses a signal, it's going to keep going up over a tree. It landed at like three or four houses down in the back of their my neighbor's deck, and it's like not a deck that's accessible from like the backyard. It was like a deck that's just accessible from like the upstairs of a house. So there's no way I could like sneakily go get it. So I was like, hey, yeah, I like texted her and like, hey, this was a couple years ago. My drone fell in your on your deck. And she's like, oh, okay, no worries. And she's like, oh, my son wanted one of these. This is like around Christmas time or something. But I've since learned like the limits of it. So it's a lot of fun if you take it to like a baseball park, like a baseball field or something like that, and you can like zip it over the ground like really low and just keep it within that kind of range. And you can go up some with some height on it, but it's really easy to lose it. So somehow I still have it. It's a miracle. And the batteries, I think you can get like a bunch of batteries for it. and it plugs into one charger, and each battery lasts like 5 to 7 minutes. And so like you just when it starts like blinking when the battery's getting low, so you just like return it to you, and like swap the battery out, and you can get like 40 minutes of playtime with it. It's a lot of fun.
They're depending on what level of one you buy, they're a lot harder to fly than I thought.
Yeah,
I did a video for a company a year or two ago, and it was a halfway decent drone, but it took me a long time to get used to flying it. It's definitely a different skill than what I thought it was.
Especially here in Oklahoma where the wind comes sweeping over the plane. Because
that's
I
true.
got a drone for Christmas last year. I was super excited because it had video capabilities. It wasn't like a DJI or anything. It was like one of those practice drones that you buy and you get good at with before you get a DJI.
Yep.
And my kids and I were out in the driveway and we were playing with it. And it didn't seem too windy where we were. But over the top of the house apparently was a lot windier. So my son is like, "Hey, let's go. Let's take it up over there." I'm like, "Okay." And we go, and the second the wind hit it, just went, and it was gone. It was gone. There was no return to home. There was no, there was no controlling it. It was gone. So sad. It's funny. Ever since then, my dad bought a DJI Phantom, and I'll ask to borrow it, and he's like, "No, no," because of my experience flying the drone at my house. He doesn't want me to lose it like I did with my Christmas present.
Your audio sounds like you're gargling or something.
Really?
Yeah, either disconnect, reconnect, or it's like digitally. It sounds digital every couple seconds, and it's like weird.
Better?
Won't know unless you talk. That's the weird thing.
Oh. Okay, I guess I gotta talk some more.
Yeah.
Is this better?
Ooh, it was better
No.
at first, but now it's the same.
I'm not sure what settings you have.
It's bad enough where you should disconnect and come back.
Okay.
It could be Discord because you know how funny Discord gets.
Yeah. It's funny we communicate without even saying anything. I know you were looking at my face and I was looking at your face.
Yeah, because then I saw you hit your earphone. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. As it was a little subtle message to you to make sure.
Well, after 4 years, I hope we have a little bit of
Yeah,
communication. Maybe he's not coming back. Oh, there he is.
So
Is it?
you're joking, but I think it is still doing it. So it was,
Normally,
say
we
the
could
alphabet
actually
or something. Yeah.
So my computer has been having a lot of problems to the point where I couldn't render my video that I put out today without my computer crashing. And so I went to go look for potentially buying a new computer, only to find out that because of cryptocurrency being what cryptocurrency is right now, miners have literally bought all of the desktops
Really?
everywhere.
Really?
And so you can't, unless you want to spend over like $3,000, you can't buy a desktop here anywhere. They're all gone. All of them are gone.
Huh.
So I am trying to make
depending on where you're looking, Costco still has decent deals on halfway decent desktops.
I can go check.
You just probably be getting just a 1660 video card instead of like a 2080 or something though.
As long as it's got 48.8 baud modem, I'll be okay.
Got a bunch of serial ports.
You think I should just try the call again, or what do you guys think?
I think it's worth trying.
Okay.
That was a quick.
There.
Keep talking, Donovan.
Can't hear you.
Settings.
Okay.
You can't hear me?
Well, it looked like when you changed the settings, it muted yourself or something.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's your favorite Super Nintendo game?
Oh my gosh, my favorite I remember the first Super Nintendo game I ever played, which was Clay Fighters,
It's
which
better.
was very,
Oh, it's fun.
very awesome.
Yeah, and the sequels are hilarious. There's like 33 and a third or something.
Yeah, because it was literally stop motion animation. So it was like the Mortal Kombat, but instead of using people,
Yeah.
It came back.
what? I came back.
Yeah.
Well,
We can't do we can't do the episode like that.
It's just bad enough where I would say I would agree.
Yeah, and there's no way I could clean that up in post. The popping is way too random.
gonna
for it
reboot?
to-
yeah, let me reboot.
Okay. It's because we care about your audio quality. That's why we're making you go
Yeah, I
through
know.
It's like on a scale of Joel telling to Peter Brown.
I'm going to reboot my computer too, just for good measure.
We should probably synchronize our Discord settings too for audio. Might as well.
Yeah.